Hi, I'm Alison from A&M Sugarcraft. I'm going to show you many different aspects of making and decorating cakes. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a football cake. Now first of all you start off with the cake. I've used this tin which is shaped perfectly like half a football. If you can't get hold of one, but it's fairly easy to at any cake decorating shops, over the internet, you may be able to hire them from cake decorating shops. You can always make a stack of 3 plain sponges and then cut the shape. This makes life a lot easier. So we've got the cake on a board and it's been attached with a little bit of buttercream underneath so it doesn't move. We'll need some buttercream for the masking. For the covering we've got some white sugar paste and some black sugar paste, and I'm going to be using black as the contrast colour on it. Now if your cake recipient has got a particular favourite football team, you might want to use blue if they're a Chelsea or Spurs supporter, or red if they're a Liverpool or Manchester United supporter, just to put the little hexagons on. So we've also got the icing sugar for dusting the surface before you roll out, the rolling pin, and finally the hexagon cutter for cutting out the detail to go onto the football. Okay, so step 2 is to cover the cake with a buttercream mask, just so that the sugar paste has got something to stick to. Again, you don't need a lot of this, just as long as you've got a very thin layer. Okay, so that's the basic layer. Now just smooth it off. That's a cake covered with buttercream. So step 3 is to cover with the sugar paste. Just doing it basically all over with white to start off with. A light dusting of icing sugar and then roll out. That should just be about right. Just pop that over like that and gently, trying to avoid getting too many pleats, just push it down to where it joins the board. Don't be too worried about treating the sugar paste too roughly. It will withstand quite a bit of pummeling before it actually tears. Now I'm going to cut off the excess icing. So just start just a bit further than where it sits at the join and gently bring the knife around. Don't worry about it being too perfect at the moment because you're going to smooth it off. Okay, so we've trimmed around and now just take the excess icing from the board. Now we're going to smooth off the rough edges, just using a smoother. Just bring it round the edge. Like so. And then once you've done that with your smoother, just make sure you've got a nice smooth surface on the top of the cake. So the next step is the decorating of the cake. We're going to use the black sugar paste, give it a little knead just to make it pliable. And then roll out. You just need to cut with the cutter. And I'm going to cut 1 pentagon to go right in the centre. Now that needs to go right in the centre on the top, like so. Now the first one's placed, I can now cut the others and place them correctly on the football. For the first row, you're going to need 5 more. Now if you have a look at this tin here, that is the top of another pentagon, and you need to line it up with the top of that pentagon. So just take the top of that pentagon, go down a wee bit and place the next one. Turn it round slightly. Next pentagon to the point. That one goes on there. And just keep doing that until you've placed the 5 pentagons for that round. So now what we need to do is do the markings. I'm going to be using a carving tool to make the lines in between. So you need to join them up point to point. Just gently, you don't want to cut all the way through the sugar paste. If you go round, then the next ones will be along there. And then just to finish it off at the bottom. So there you've got your markings for your hexagons, your cut out pentagons and a finished football cake.